Hi, my name is Noelle, and today I will be cooking with TPACK, and the number that I pulled was number 1, so I'm going to be trying to cut hard cheese. And when I pulled my husband into the kitchen to ask him to get me a utensil, he pulled out this spoon with this little handle. And then the bowl he chose was this little bowl, and this little plate. So the cheese that I had in my fridge that was hard, not shredded already, was Parmesan cheese. That's how much I have left. So I'm going to try to cut this cheese, no pun intended, with a spoon. So this shall be interesting. I'm thinking about how I'm going to use the spoon here to cut this cheese, because typically I would like to use a knife or a cheese slicer. Probably with this harder cheese I use either a butter knife or like a steak knife or a chef's knife, something that has a harder, sharper edge to cut it smoothly. And I'm supposed to not just be cutting cheese, but cutting them in slices that I would arrange on a plate to serve on a cheese platter. So they can't just be little chunks here and there. So there's 2 ends that I would think about using this, because I'm trying to fashion this spoon to work like a knife. So I could possibly use the edge here, because that's similar to a butter knife, or maybe the end, because that's shaped kind of like a knife. So I'm going to try the first part here. And I want to try to slice it in like a little line shape. So I'm kind of creating a little indent and a groove as a guide. I'm gonna slice, first fail, and just fell apart, little chunk. I tried to cut a nice smooth clean edge, and that's not working too well. The roundedness of the spoon seems to just kind of be chopping off little chunks instead of a long slice, which is what a knife would do. But at least now it's giving me a straighter edge, kind of. As you can see, the little divots and scoops that my spoon did. So I'm going to try with the other end to see if I can do that. And again, I'm making a little indent in the cheese to kind of guide. You can see that, guide my spoon a little more. And I'm taking the end here and moving it back and forth like a slicing knife motion. Kind of going slow instead of pushing all the way down, and hopefully that will help me slice this cheese. This is hard. This is going to take way longer than it would if I just had a regular knife. This is interesting. I'm still trying to make it through with the end here. The end of a spoon is not very sharp. Halfway through, and that's the piece that I got off. It was almost close to getting there. I don't really see this being presented on a cheese platter for people to take little pieces off. One, I'm not able to cut very unified pieces, and it just doesn't look very pretty. So I think in the future, when I slice cheese for a cheese platter, I will use a knife and not a spoon. Now, the plate though, at first I was thinking, I'll get a cutting board out to cut the cheese, and I remembered I can only use the tools that were selected for me. So the plate actually works pretty well as a cutting board. It's got a nice surface in the middle, and it's big enough for cutting this cheese here. And the bowl, I'm not really using the bowl. I guess I can put my little cheese pieces in the bowl and as a little cheese holder. And then when I'm done, arrange my cheese platter. This is not really. I tried again with the edge of the spoon here, and with the tip kind of working together, but all I'm seeming to be able to slice are just little chunks of my cheese. So this did not prove to be a very successful way of cutting cheese. But if anyone likes little chunks of cheese instead of slices, then go ahead and use the spoon. So that's all I have for you today. In the future, use a knife to cut your cheese. Bye.